James likes to give other people credit for his wellness, his stability, his growth. He's a guy who likes to give credit away, meaning he's very well suited within himself. Please welcome James Sidari to speak on whatever he's going to speak about. Whatever he's going to speak about, James Sidari.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. My speech title is actually called, Is It Worth It? And where this comes is, first off, who here has never had a hobby?
Never had what?
Never had a hobby before in their entire life.
Never had one.
Yeah, a hobby. Okay, so you can all relate. And what I've found is there's two ways to approach a hobby. There's the do your research, read about it, organize yourself, organize your supplies, and come at it in a very tepid way. Or there's the way that I do things, which is jump right in and figure it out as you go. And that's how I really approach a lot of the hobbies that I've had in my life. From guitar, where I wanted to start playing guitar again, so I went out and got a beautiful BC Rich Mockingbird in Dragon's Blood, and a Mesa Boogie Studio 22 that had a mellifluous tone. Photography, where I had a good camera, but then went out and got a full frame and a bunch of lenses.
Money, baby.
To boxing, where I went out and got really nice gloves, gear, everything. So yeah, so a little bit of an impulse control problem. A little bit. We've all done it. No judging. And my newest hobby has been probably the most time intensive. I started baking sourdough bread from scratch. Who here has baked sourdough bread before? Okay, so I went online and I got a starter from eBay. Actually, I got two starters from eBay, because why just get one to make your life easy? And what you do, if you don't know what a starter is, it's old flour that you mix with water, and you feed it every day. And it's this glutinous, glob, disgusting thing that starts smelling. It's supposed to smell ripe eventually. It does. And you have to feed this thing every day. I feel like it's a science experiment. So every day I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and the first thing I do before I feed myself or my family is feed my sourdough starter. I got the sourdough starter about 4 weeks ago. So the first week is basically you go buy flour and you feed this thing. So by week one, I feel like I've bought in about 10 pounds of flour and I haven't even baked a loaf of bread. So it's finally there. Like, the starter was doing what it needed to. It was bubbling and ready to cook. And what you do is you basically use the starter. It's a bacterial growth. It's a yeast, a natural yeast that forms by fermenting the different glutens and flours and all that grains and stuff. And so I look online, how am I gonna make bread? Fortunately, we have a KitchenAid, we have some stuff, and I was looking at all the recipes, and most of the recipes take at least 24 hours to make. And I can't devote 2 hours is more than I want to spend on this.
Mm.
So, wake up on Saturday at 5 a.m., make my mixture, and then you have to let it sit. It's part of the bread mixture. Then you let it sit out for 4 hours, and then you refrigerate it for 12 hours. And I have to plan my whole weekend around this process. And the whole time I'm asking myself, is it worth it? I could go buy a loaf of bread at the marketplace that tastes just fine. I could do that in 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
for like $4 or $5. So then the next day, I wake up at 6 in the morning and my family's all excited because I'm gonna make bread. And I mix the rest of the ingredients, and I let it sit. And eventually, by 6 o'clock at night, we have 4 loaves of bread. And the whole time I was wondering, I was like, I don't know about this. But I stuck with it. So I think that it's good to make things with your own hands. And really what I've learned through the process is if you do it by yourself, you end up using about 40 pounds of flour to make 4 loaves of bread, and it's not worth it. And I think that I'm going to stick with it and try again. But for this hobby, I think it was not worth it. Thank you.
James, thank you.